Good morning. No fancy intros this morning. I have got an absolute killer of a migraine this morning. I've had it for the last hour since I woke up. I tried putting peppermint oil on the base of my neck and my temple where the pain is radiating. Hasn't done anything, so I've just taken a painkiller and I'm running a bath while I'm waiting for it to kick in. My head is throbbing and it's so bad I feel like I'm gonna puke, so trying not to move too much. Happy Vlogmas day 9. I am bath, showered and dried hair, and I'm feeling somewhat better. I'm just feeling really exhausted though. I've not slept well for like the last 2 or 3 nights and it's starting to make me feel crappy. On top of that, my digestive system hasn't been doing too well for the past week, maybe less than a week. If you didn't know, I have endometriosis. In 2016, I had my second surgery to remove the endometriosis, and I lost some of my intestine, where it joins at the bigger and the lower intestines join together. I lost some of my intestines there, and my intestines, my gut wasn't great before that, and even post that it's even worse. And I really struggle with eating fibre. It just makes my gut really bad. And I had minestrone soup twice the other week, and I also ate quite a bit of popcorn. Both of those things are fibre kind of things. And so I'm kind of just hoping and waiting to see if my stomach balances back out again a bit more, which is not fun. So most of the time I've got a hot water bottle in my tummy because it feels awful, and it's been rather bloated for about 3 or 4 days as well. I am also taking calcium and magnesium supplements because of I'm doing, to manage my endometriosis while we get to IVF, I am doing a fake menopause, which is I'm doing the Pro-Strap injection. There are 2 you can get. There's a Zoladex and a Pro-Strap. We didn't think I would be on this for as long as I have been, because when I got it in February 2020, it was before COVID happened. But obviously COVID's happened, and I was waiting for the little surgery that I got, and the all clear I got the mini surgery in August, and then I didn't get the all clear until November. And then there's been sign-off issues with the endo team, and communication errors and things like that. But now there's at least a 6-month wait to get into IVF. So I'm on this for a lot longer than expected. And I have already been diagnosed with early onset arthritis in my knees, especially my left knee. I need to do a follow-up appointment really to see if I can get sent to physio or something like that. I know one of the things you can do is swimming to help with your knees, but I don't like swimming. I really don't. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. I'm really short and it freaks me out when my feet can't touch the bottom. Maybe that's something that I would need to adjust to, but in the meantime, I'm not a strong swimmer anyway, so it's just not high up there on my list of things. So in the meantime, I'm still trying to figure out how to, keep my knee in good health and to find some sort of exercise that I can do until I can afford to get an exercise bike, which is my plan for next year, which I constantly keep talking about my dream gym in the dining room kitchen area. So all of that to say that this has been a hard year, which wasn't what my point was at all, but I'm just not feeling myself today. I'm feeling very off and very tired. And to add on top of all of that as well, if you hadn't seen back to some earlier videos, or weren't aware, I got COVID this summer, and it was pretty rough. Thankfully, it was something that I could manage, and my husband and I both got COVID. He had already had his first injection. By that point, my injection had to get cancelled, and I decided to make some changes with my business. Because of having COVID, I basically pretty much from having COVID, my business has not done as well because I had to cancel some projects. Then ironically, some clients got COVID as well in the next month or two after me. And so I lost some projects. And so my business just hasn't been doing as well since I had COVID. And obviously I've struggled to get back into... I was going to say get back into it, but that's not the issue at all. I've really lost myself this year, which is just something else entirely. But I restructured my work week from having COVID. Recovery was really tough, and I felt like I had to push myself a lot, and we knew that we were going to try and get into IVF, and we'd already got told that the wait list was going up. And I knew that I needed to lose weight. So in August I started running, but for me to be able to manage my work week and my exercise and my health and my husband's days off and stuff like that, because he works retail, he gets a day off during the week, I decided to take Tuesdays and Thursdays off client work. So I only do client work Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. That is how it's supposed to go. And then my husband has been having alternative Tuesdays and Thursdays off for the past, on and off since July really. He generally has been quite lucky to get Tuesdays and Thursdays off. If he gets a Monday, Wednesday or Friday off, I am generally working. And we may do something in the morning before I start work, or I may try and finish early. We might do something in the evening, or he just gets to chill and watch films and game. So it's been working out fine for us, and it has primarily been working out okay. But I haven't been using those 2 days as strategically as I should have done or would have liked to do, which has been made really apparent this last couple of weeks for me. Because the idea was obviously my husband would have one of those days off, and the other day would be a work on my business day. But I never really structured in or figured out what I would be working on that day in my business. So I've never really realised what I should be working on, what I should be spending my time doing, that sort of thing basically, really. And so as we are getting to the end of 2021, I am obviously planning for next year and what my business will look like, what I want it to look like, but also I am looking at, I shouldn't be on my stomach, it's just making me hurt, but I'm looking at what my business should look like and things like that, and having a bit of a journaling session about how I want things to look and how I want things to go and what I want to focus on. And it's been enlightening and it's been a bit helpful, but it's also making me rethink if I still want to keep my working week structure the same way it is. And I think it is most likely a yes, but I'm not sure. But I will find out a bit more, because I am literally in the last couple of weeks of work. I am officially on Christmas break from the 20th of December, and I've got roughly about 2.5 weeks off. I've planned 2.5 weeks off, or I'm planning 2.5 weeks off, should I say. However, the interesting thing about this maybe is that my mother-in-law and her husband are coming next Wednesday for a day in Manchester. We're going to go around the Christmas markets, go and eat some good food, and I think we've got a plan to play crazy mini golf and swap Christmas presents, and they're going to take Christmas presents home for obviously their Christmas presents and for my brother-in-law, his fiance, and their baby girl, which is partly why we've been going crazy trying to get everything started really early. But they're coming on a Wednesday, and that's normally a work day, and I was umming and ahhing about finishing on the 15th, but there's no way I could fit everything that I need to do in for my clients and for myself by the 15th. So basically I'm going to work on the Tuesday and take the Wednesday off. I'm also having the Thursday off because it would be a normal day to have off, but also because I'm getting my second COVID jab. And we've got to go to Oldham to get that done because I've got to go to the hospital to get it done. So I'm going to be testing out how those would be different and restructure how, and maybe in the new year I might try doing something similar as well. 1 week or a couple of weeks I'll maybe try doing something different. I'm not sure. I think the hardest part is, like I said before, is that my husband gets 2 days off a week. He works retail, and usually those days off are Tuesdays and Thursdays. They aren't always, but primarily they have been Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it just makes sense for me to take Tuesdays and Thursdays off client work, so then I'm not having to be like, oh, I can't work today, or not doing anything and then feeling like I'm falling behind. So that's what's made sense logistically for me to do that, and it's partly why I did that way back in July. When I started back into work at like the end of July, start of August, I was like, well, it's the slow period as well anyway in my business. Summer months tend to always suffer a bit more, and yeah, it just felt like it made sense to drop 2 days. And when I chatted with my husband about it, he was like, yeah, to have one of those days where you spend it on your business because you're always complaining and saying like you don't have enough time to do stuff. And that's so true. Another thing that I'm thinking about as well is Jen Carrington does this. She takes 12 weeks off a year, not all in one go. But some of those weeks that she takes off are to do things in her business, like create courses and programs and digital downloads and things. So I'm maybe thinking next year of taking a week off a quarter and focusing on, spend that week just working on the digital product that I want to create. Because so far I already have 3 that I want to create, and I'm not spending any time prioritizing them or focusing on them. And I also have an idea of a course that I'm thinking about creating. It's not going to be like a big massive course or anything like that. It would literally be a 4-week course, and it would literally be about Flowdesk, which is an email marketing platform software. So I'm not 100% sure about all of that yet, but that is currently what I'm thinking about going into next year, because doing client work is great, but I mean, it's been a struggle the last 6 years while I've been in business, because obviously my health's dramatically upped and down and changed. In 2017, because my health was so bad, I didn't have much of an income for most of 2017. But if I'd had the time or had any ideas of what I could create digitally, then maybe I could have created and had some extra income. And it makes sense to try and, factor those sort of things in that I do want to create, I do want to have. And I don't know how else to do it, because prioritizing it in my working week isn't happening. Even if I think it's important and it's something that I want to focus on, it would mean working on an evening. And once I hit somewhere between 4 and 6 p.m, I literally struggle to keep working. And it's painful because I just get really bad brain fog and just struggle. So there's some thoughts for going into 2022 for me and my business. And that's just a little snippet. I've had a journal session. As soon as I got out of the bath, I had all these thoughts and ideas and things, and I just sat down and journaled through them, and then, yeah, thought I'd have a little chat. So, previously you might have seen me show this. I don't know if I've still kept that in there. My mother-in-law gifted us girls this year with a ballistic bath bomb advent calendar, which is so very cute. I think she said it was a friend of hers or someone she works with or somebody she works with's daughter or something like that. And so this is what I've got. I'm quite enjoying them. I think I've said before that they're nice, because they're so small, they are nice. It's one of those things that does better if you just put in a small amount of water in your bath and you're just going for a soak, a short soak, should I say. Where if you want a longer soak, I have been adding 2 or 3 of them together. So we're on the 9th today, so that's 7, that's 6. You're probably going to be yelling at me when you see a number that I haven't seen yet. 8. And so I'm looking for 9. There we go, 9. So these are the ones that I have left to open. I have not been opening them every day. It was just like the same when I used to get a chocolate advent calendar. I never opened them on the same day. Oh, look how funky is this. I like that one. That one's cute. And it says mulberry. Ooh, it smells, I don't know if I'd say it was mulberry, but it smells spicy. 6. I did it backwards and I did 7 instead of 6. Oh, how cute. It's a little sack. And that is passion fruit martini. Whoops. 8. I'm opening it off screen because, okay, I'll come back to 8. 9. Oh, how cute. Nutmeg and ginger. I can't smell that one through it. And let's try 8 again. Let's just go and rip into it because I'm a child. Oh, this is weird. Oh, I think it's leaked slightly. Yeah, it's leaked slightly. It smells fruity though. It's a blush naked bubble bath. Ooh, I love bubble bath. I'm gonna go clean this off though because it's leaked. And there's many more days in a row and I'll probably do it again. Leave it for a few days and then open a chunk in a go. So, yay! Yes, it may be December, but I'm still eating ice lollies. I pretty much will eat them all year round, to be honest. So I was working, editing yesterday's vlog for today, and oh, it's getting dark. There we go, that's a bit better. It just got really dark and I don't know if it was because it looks like it's gonna rain or because it's getting ready to sunset, but it's not even 3 o'clock yet. It's like just before 3. Anyway, I was doing my work and my candle died. It's a gingerbread scented candle that I got several of these last year because I fell in love with them. And I've got quite a few of the minis still left. And it's just a nice gingerbread smell. And yeah, so it's died and I'm sad. I'm going to clean out the container and keep it because I've got some plain tall candles from IKEA that I can put in this to make sure that the wax doesn't go everywhere. So I'm going to clean that one out. But do I the gingerbread, which is the new one. They're still exactly the same Wickford & Co gingerbread candle, but that's last year's packaging. That's this year's packaging. This must be last year's candle as well. And it's just mulled wine. And I think I'm probably going to go with this. It's 2 wicks, which I don't really get candles with 2 wicks. So that might be an interesting experiment to see how that burns. And it's just a standard mulled wine, but it's not a really pungenty, strong one. This says it's 25 hours, and this is meant to be 95 hours. So they're the 2 main big candles that I've got at the moment to burn through. Yeah. And I have a really, really old, I'm not sure if it's still a good idea or not, but the Body Shop do essential oils that are for essential oil machines, and I used to use them in little burner candles, and I have a gingerbread one, so when I had the candle going on and had my husband put that scent in the candle in the essential oil machine, it was a really nice scent in the living room. So yeah, I don't have a mulled wine essential oil, and I'm okay with that because that might just be a bit too much of a strong smell. So I am on the floor, and I just wanted to show you this was the scent that I was on about earlier. It's Body Shop and it's called Ginger Sparkle, and every year they would come out with 3 different scents. I think they still do it now, and they used to do ginger, and when they did ginger they did this essential oil, home fragrance oil should I say, not essential oil. I think essential oils are meant to be ones that you can actually put on your skin, and this is not a skin friendly one. This is a, you know, you put it in a burner or you put it in with water, and I just love the smell. It just smells so wintry. It's not a Christmas smell, I don't think. It's more of a wintry one. I'm really sad, so if anyone, as well as candles, if anyone knows where you can get like a ginger sparkly kind of thing for the oil home fragrance machine thing, then let me know. So yesterday, I'm on the floor because yesterday I led up to my parents, hide the boobs, my parents' presents coming. So I just thought I would show you what we've got. So the main present is that, was it last Christmas, I think it was last Christmas, we got them a camera for their front garden so they could see the hedgehogs and wildlife and keep an eye on the dog in the garden and things like that. Primarily from my stepdad, but my mum enjoys it as well. And we decided that we would get them a second one, so we've talked them into getting a second one and discussed where they can position it and everything like that. And it ties in, they both have our old Apple phones, and so the app, they can check the security on their phones when they're not home. And so I just think this is a really good thing for them to have. It's their main present, and we had a 20% off voucher as well, so that made it really affordable for us. It is a Nui Cam Outdoor. It's a wired mains one. And they really enjoyed the first one, and it's good quality and it's lasted well in the weather, so that is their main present. Then my mum actually asked for something, so because my mum asked for something, I then asked my stepdad if he wanted a book or to give me a couple of books, because books like £5 or something, and he asked for, he won't buy himself hardbacks, which is so funny. So he asked for Miriam's book, hardcover book. If you've seen her on Graham Norton and things like that, she's hilarious. And you probably know her from Harry Potter. She's very rude, she's very funny, so I might have to borrow this off him after he's read it. So that was his present. And then this is what my mum asked for. She thinks she has about 50 pairs of earrings, which probably sounds about right, because between my dad, my stepdad and myself, we've bought her earrings over the years because she has 2 or 3 piercings and she's always liked jewellery. And and it's like a treat, isn't it? A really nice present. Like my dad used to buy her really dangly amethyst and amber drop earrings and things like that, so she has quite a collection. So she wanted a way to store them. Oh, my knee's going dead. She wanted a way to store them because she doesn't have a lot of room in her jewellery box, and so I've got her this. And it's not one of those ones where you have little squares. You probably can't see it because I can barely see it, but there's like 4 levels, and then evenly spaced there's little like slices for you to put your earrings on. So I'm hoping that will hit what she wants. So those are the presents for my parents. And so let's do this together. This is quite cute. Cactus bag. I like cactuses. I have bought a paint by numbers canvas thing that I'm going to paint, but it's for my husband because he got the nickname Monkey, and I call him Monkey as well, and so it's a monkey print. So it's just a paint by numbers. So should we just so that is the print of what it should look like at the end. I've read reviews and I know that you might have to mix a little bit of water and things in with the paints to make them last longer. I actually have my own brushes upstairs, but you get a set of brushes and some hook pieces. You don't quite get why you get hook pieces because it doesn't have a frame or anything, but that is the size of it. So this is just a fun little present for both of us, so it's hopefully going to be fun for me to paint it, and hopefully he will like it because it's a monkey. However, I've only just ordered it and I'm not going to be home for 3 days before Christmas Eve, and then next week, as I've said, I'm getting my second COVID jab. My husband's parents are coming down, mum and stepdad. We're doing the Christmas market. They're just here they're here for an overnight stay, but we're only going to see them for the day. On the Thursday I'm getting my second COVID jab, and I did not react well to my first COVID jab, so I'm not holding out much hope for my second COVID jab. And I can't remember if I finished that conversation from earlier, but because I had a bad reaction to my first COVID jab, or they're saying it was a bad reaction, when I originally went to get my second jab, I got refused and got told I'd had to ring the number and get it booked at a hospital, and it really annoyed me and I put it off for a while. But now everyone's getting the boosters. I'm like, shit, I need to get on with get the second jab really. So that's why I'm getting my second jab next week, and I'm pretty sure it's going to knock me out for the weekend, so I might lose a whole week. So basically I'm going to have to maybe try and paint this on a weekend. I don't think I'll be able to do it all on a weekend. Anyway, I read the reviews, and if you get it and it's folded and it doesn't come with canvas, the secret is to turn it over so you're on the back, and to put a towel or a tea towel or whatever on the back of it and lightly iron it, and to iron out all the creases, because otherwise people were complaining that the creases just don't fade or just don't go even when you put it on a canvas and pull it taut. So yeah, those are the things that I ordered. And then just very quickly, my main present from my parents is a waterproof coat. It is very It's very adult of me and very very grown up, very boring, but I really desperately wanted a waterproof coat with a hood because the weather has been atrocious between the rain and the snow and everything, and none of the coats that I have other than my winter coat have a hood. My winter coat is a blue duffel coat, which I generally only really wear when it's snowing. Otherwise I just get by on another coat. But yeah, I really wanted a rainproof coat. It's navy blue because that's what I like, and it has fleecy grey, not fleecy, but it's furry grey, a really thin furry grey lining through it, and that is my main Christmas present from my parents. My husband's main presents are I've ordered from them a bottle of rum in a special fancy container, but it might not come until Christmas Eve or after Christmas Eve, and a t-shirt that he wanted that was kind of an expensive £25, £26 t-shirt, and then my mum sent little knickknacks, so there's that. And then my when I went over a weekend or two ago, about 2 weekends ago now, I went to my father-in-law's just after Black Friday, and I helped him sort out his present for my husband. It is again a bottle of rum. This is where my husband gets most of his bottles of rum, is at Christmas and sometimes his birthday, and it's a ginger rum, and he's got it all gift wrapped and everything for him, so I'm not showing it. And he's got a little gift tag just to say Happy Christmas in there for him. So those two things are going to go under the tree. And that's the parcels done. My husband has bought one of his brothers a present, and that's turned up today, but I'm not going to share that because that's for him to open, and just in case he's watching as well. So yeah, and I think that's where I'm going to end today's vlog, because I'm going to try and be really good and try and edit this to get this to go up earlier, so I only have to worry about the thumbnail tomorrow, and try and get a bit ahead, because like I said, over the next 2 weeks things are getting a little bit busier and I need to get into a better schedule with everything. So yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope day 9 wasn't too much of a TMI watch for you. I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog.